the fella stops his vehicle, his car, right here. Right here. And at this point, he turns his vehicle off and he gets out of his car. Think I'm making this up, don't you? What you're thinking right now is, Lester, okay, you know what? We all know you're a little dramatic, Lester, but enough is enough. No one's going to dare believe this story of yours. Guys, you think it's bad now? It gets worse. And he stood right here. Now, listen, Maggie was barking, so I never turned to look because Maggie barks a lot. And there I sat on my computer, and that guy knocked on the door right here. So you come from the back up the driveway to my mom and dad's?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
No, well, good. We did it for a reason. This is our home.
And then I saw a sign that said, a little thing that said the Morrows.
Okay.
So I said, this has to be it. And I came down
This will be. It's not hard to figure out where somebody lives. I mean, pretty much with the internet, you can find where people live. You can figure out phone numbers. Obviously, you know, you have to post your address and your name on your things for mail carriers and Amazon drivers and everyone else. Folks that follow the page recognize landmarks as well. You all know we live right next door to a church and then, of course, the iconic stump where we ask all the delivery drivers to leave our packages so that they don't have to come up into our yard, up into our driveway. And with all that being said, it's almost impossible to hide from people. So you do whatever you can to let folks know that as much as we appreciate, you know, you taking the time to find us, this is still our home. Our kids live here. This gate is very important. This is the gate that people have to pass through, get past before they come up to the property. Now it's obviously the gate's locked. We also keep our no trespassing signs. We keep our little game cam right there to let us know when people are over here kind of hanging around. And guys, it's kind of embarrassing, some of the pictures that we have of people who just get out of their vehicles right here. And at least that they respect the fact of not coming any further up, yet they kind of hang out, stand around, take their pictures. And I get it. I'm not upset. You know what? I am not upset that you love the babies so much that you want to, you know, be able to see them in person, and hopefully they'll walk down and maybe come up beside you. You know, you can see. It's hard to be mad about people who love your babies and want to see them, want to have a chance to experience them firsthand. But then you have other people that just cannot seem to take private property. They can't take no for an answer. They cannot take no for an answer. And let me show you, I would say, the worst trespass offense that we've dealt with. So on this particular day, the fellow that came up and couldn't get past our gate decided to back on up and try a different route. I'm going to show you what he did and what links he went through trying to make sure he could find his way onto our property. All right, so what happened was the guy decided that, you know what, I can't find my way up there down their driveway. Let me just drive down the street and see if there might be an alternative way of getting around. All of a sudden, it didn't take a rocket scientist to realize there's another long driveway right here. Oh my God. And what do you know? He recognized the name on another Morrow landmark. And so, once again, clearly marked, private property, no trespassing. So-called trespasser made his way right up the driveway anyway. Now, from about this spot, the fella realized that there's no gate. And so even though there was obviously a couple of signs posted, I mean, there's not a gate, so... And I hear he began to look across that pasture and realize, wait, that's the farm. That's the house, that's the barn that I've seen in so many videos. There's the animals right over there. And so he decided to keep going. Not sure where he was going to end up, So he just kept going. Now the fella made it this far, and man, he's getting excited. His heart's beating, blood's pumping, because look, there it is. And even though he's not had to cross any gates yet, you know, he didn't have to get out and open any gates, guess what? Look, there it is. He's getting so much closer. He doesn't really know exactly what all this over here is. He doesn't see this in too many videos, but oh my God! As he peers across this little spot over here, he sees somebody. Now, of course, you can't see that person right now, not that I know of, but he looks across and guess what he sees? He sees my dad. He sees Pawpaw. I'm not sure if my dad was walking around the house or maybe on his side-by-side, but he saw Pawpaw. He also watches Pawpaw's videos, so he knew he was close. Thing is, he didn't come to see Pawpaw. He come to see Lester. Oh my goodness. And look, the driveway continues on. And so did our trespasser. Thing is, at this point, guys, it was just too much, too overwhelming. He's looking over here to the right and he's seeing Jake's house. A little bit over here and he's beginning to see animals. Those same animals that he has seen in countless videos. There's one of the horses. There's Tex lying on the ground. There's Santiana. There's Big Moo. Oh my goodness. And look, here's the barn. There's one of the donkeys. There's the hay. Oh my God, I'm there. This is it. Look, this is Lester's place. This is the place I've seen on video. This is I'm a Survivor. I'm this close to it. Guys, and he kept coming up the back. Up the back. Through our backyard. And at some point you're saying, Lester, enough is enough. Where's this story going? Well, it continues. The fella stops his vehicle, his car, right here. Right here. And at this point he turns his vehicle off and he gets out of his car. Think I'm making this up, don't you? What you're thinking right now is, Lester, okay, you know what? We all know you're a little dramatic, Lester, but enough is enough. No one's going to dare believe this story of yours. Guys, you think it's bad now? It gets worse. I'm not sure exactly what the fella was doing at this point. We keep cameras around the house. Look, we got one over there that faces down the walkway. We got one in the front door that faces that way. We have the one at the gate over there. We have the ones in the barn that keep an eye up on our animals. We got the one over here that keeps across onto our barn. But the thing is, we don't have a security guard that sits there and monitors the cameras like you see in the movies. And so this fella gets out. I'm not done yet, y'all. I'm not done yet. That fella gets out and he makes this walk across the backyard. He didn't go to the front door. He comes across the backyard. Jamie might be very upset with me. I have not given her warning what I'm about to do, which is also a point of the story because this is the same steps that our trespasser walked. You hear that dog bark? We heard that too. That's the same thing that he heard. That was the same thing that got our attention. Now, at that point, the dogs barked for all kinds of reasons. But it didn't matter now. Look where he's standing. Look where he's at. Look. He's here. This is one of the things that he sees on all of the videos. And he could not stop. He could not help himself. Because here he goes up on our porch. Babe, I hope you're dressed. Baby, do me a favor and sit down on my computer right there. Now listen, y'all, today we have our door open. The weather's beautiful. And on that particular day, it was summertime. And that fella come right here. Maggie was barking, and he stood right here. Now listen, Maggie was barking, so I never turned to look because Maggie barks a lot. And there I sat on my computer, and that guy knocked on the door right here. Now, he didn't open the door. But Jamie looked up. She was over there making coffee, about to pour me a cup of coffee. And that guy standing right here, knocking on our side door.
Scary.
in my video.
I didn't know how to contact him.
Okay.
I've asked his permission first.
Okay.
And I've even explained to him that I'm going to actually make this a video of what you can't do.
Okay.
With you. Jamie and I are sitting here having coffee. I'm on the computer and getting the day set up, and we hear the dogs bark, and I hear a knock on not the front door, but the side door. And Jamie goes, someone's here, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm dressed. I'm thinking family member.
Sheesh.
Oh no!
And I walk out. When I turn around, I realize I don't recognize this person. I approach with caution. I don't mean to sound like her. And I'm like, "Hello, can I help you?" Anyway, he goes, "Lester," and so I realized real fast that he knows me, yet I don't know him.
Yeah.
And so once he explained that he's I guess
Maggie.
He follows the page and whatnot. I says, "Time out." I says, "Can I video this moment?" And he goes, "Sure," but I'm like, "But it's not going to be a good video. It's going to be a what you can't do video."
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let you in right there.
Okay.
I do want to ask. Okay, so let me ask if you don't mind. And like I said, we haven't had a chance to introduce ourselves at all yet.
Right.
So you come from the back up the driveway through my mom and dad's
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
No, well, good. We did it for a reason. This is our home.
And then I saw a sign that said, a little thing that said the Morrows.
Okay.
So I said, this has to be it. And I came down
This would be all of us over here together.
Right. And then I went down this road and I saw Pawpaw outside.
Did you talk to Pawpaw?
No, he was a little far away.
Well, but I will say this is very uncomfortable for us both.
Yeah.
And you have to understand why. We have our kids here. We raise our families here. All of our babies are running free right now. So
We sometimes have coffee in our pajamas
We
here.
get in the pool naked, bro. I'm going to tell you. So I thank God it's not. Anyway. All right. Show Michael around. Guys, it is a blessing to be able to share the farm and all of the babies with you. But we, by choice, we do that through videos. I'm sure that I don't speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure that most of the other video creators also choose to share their lives with you through their videos. And let's just say that if I was to take a trip to Hollywood and take one of them tour buses and drive down, the boulevard and look at certain celebrities, then I think that that's one thing. But it takes a different, I don't want to say sickness, but there would be something wrong with any individual who would go out looking around for Tom Brady's home. If I find Tom Brady's home, try to find a way to get up into his home, knock on Tom Brady's door, that's just not normal and that's not right. And that would be for any celebrities, any musicians or people that you see on, your favorite TV, movie stars, and so athletes. That's just not kosher. That's not right. And so just think about that, guys, as you're watching your favorite YouTuber or your favorite Facebook channel. Just know that most of us are normal folks like you, and you wouldn't want any of us to go creeping around your property. Allow us to share our videos, allow us to entertain you through our videos and give you the parts of our lives that we bring you. And could we just hold it and stop it at that? Could we just stop it at that? Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.